If there is one thing that Miss Iyanla Vanzant is going to do and do very well, is make her bosom a safe space for Black men like Johnathon Majors to lay down their burdens while also chastising Black women. Let's talk about it.
Y'all already know what time it is. I got the Black V-neck on.
What's going on, you all? None of us are surprised. None of us are shocked. Don't act shocked. Miss Iyanla Vanzant has a history of this type of behavior, but I will say when I saw it and I saw the video, I was like, girl, I am in the Twilight Zone. I am in a different metaverse or something. Like, get me out of here. I don't want to be here with y'all. Y'all, like, this is too much for me. I don't want to be here. Seeing this man walk up to Iyanla and lay down and cry and, girl, this, you know what? Magnificent, because this was a performance. And you know what? Iyanla Vanzant had no problem being a stepping stool for this Black man. Like, sister will give her last, no shade, to bring a Black man from under the dirt. Like, hey, come look at this hole. Come look at, smell that hole. Like, she would do whatever she has to do to fix a Black man. But when it comes to Black women, it's as if she's angry that they're even in the situation they are in. We saw how she talked to Nefertiti.
A nasty, vile gutter snipe right up out the hood.
We saw how even homegirl from Love and Hip Hop, Hazel E.
And yet you call yourself an entertainer? No, ma'am. I want you to come over here and I want you to read these lyrics to Dorothy Dandridge. Go ahead, read those to her.
Oh, man, it would be embarrassing.
Read them to her.
Pop my butt, pop my butt.
You telling Sojourner Truth you the boss? Really?
Sister has a very specific way of how she handles men and how she handles women. So let's talk about it. So this weekend, we are in the Twilight Zone. Hollywood Unlocked had their 4th annual Impact Awards. Now, Hollywood, I can't even look at the camera. I can't even look at y'all straight. That, like, because I'm so confused. This is not like, I am not in this. This cannot be real. This is a blogger who is doing a award ceremony for celebrities who has a history of being colorist and throwing drinks in women's face. As a woman who spent 9 years in an abusive marriage, I am both humbled and honored to present this award, the Perseverance Award, to my brother, Johnathon Majors. God will continue to show you mercy for the excellence that you bring to the mastery of your craft. Despite the opinion of human beings, persevere, my brother, because my friends, mercy and grace, are willing and strong enough to get you to the other side of any cancellation, because God is forgiving. I'm not surprised at Iyanla giving this speech. Like, one thing about it, when these men be doing bad, they gonna invoke God. Like, it's like they've had a conversation with God, like, hey girl, God said everything is good. Like, I am closer to God than anybody else. Like, I know how God is feeling, so let me just tell you that God said everything is good. We all cool, and that may be, like, it is what it is. And it's like, girl, what is going on? What is the tea? Like, why is he receiving an award, let alone from someone like Iyanla? Like, and for her to invoke her experience of being in a domestic abusive relationship to say almost like, I'm speaking for victims, is trash. Like, using yourself as a stepping stool to a Black man who wouldn't look your way, who wouldn't even be in the same room with you had he not been in this situation, is beyond me. We know for certain Johnathon Majors wouldn't even heard of a Hollywood Unlocked Impact Award 2 years ago. Who cut the check for this award? That's what I want to know. Who cut the check for this? Like, he must have went his savings account and Zelled Jason Lee some money for this, because the way the PR machine is working, child, this man has been carrying Megan Good around like a new Birkin bag. This complete 180 that he has done, like, we've not seen Johnathon Majors around Black women like this. Like, what white woman has Johnathon Majors traded in to get this award? He must have traded in to Michael B. Jordan for some cash or something. I don't know. Like, what's going on? Like, somebody explain it to me, because it ain't making no sense to me. But Iyanla Vanzant allowed herself to be a stepping stool for this man. And going and looking at the history again at how Iyanla talks to black men, whenever it is black men who have done some like messed up stuff, she eats them up. She has them smelling holes and all the other stuff, smell the dirty hole and all the other stuff, but she coddles them. She is the big breasted therapist for them. But when it comes to black women, oh baby, with a vengeance. Like she is pissed off. How she treated Nefertiti, Keisha Cole's sister, like you would have thought Keisha Cole's sister really had did some stuff like really, really bad. Maybe she stole some money, maybe she did whatever, da da da. What she did is nowhere near what Johnathon Majors has done. Like what she like, that's nothing. But you would think that, you know, she did something that was worse considering how. Like we've not seen Iyanla talk to Johnathon Majors. We've not seen the work. Y'all are allowing yourselves to be used as stepping stools to say that this man is, you know, changed or he's persevered or he's, you know, gotten better. But we don't, where's the evidence? Where are the receipts? What have y'all done? Because if we're talking about he been sitting with you getting therapy, like girl, the way you be having cardboard cutouts and construction paper and string and stuff, like girl, we can't take you serious. The work that Iyanla Vanzant be trying to do is no different than an elder with a spoon, like hitting a child for doing something. Like girl, except you're not hitting any of the men or the boys. You're hitting the women, which talks about something. Like, let's wake it up. Let's get there. Since women are held to a higher standard, you get women sometimes who are dealing with their own internalized misogyny or misogynoir, and they are putting that on other women. Like, and this is what this be. Like, you shouldn't be doing that. Like, I'm gonna get you even more because you're supposed to be better than that. Da 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 da. And it's like, you don't do anything but provide a safe space on your bosom for this black man who is in this situation, because what he did doesn't matter if he got out of character, he was angry or whatever, or he didn't mean it. Like, that's something that he did to the victim. The victim needs to come out and speak and say, hey, I have whatever. And people still have the decision to make of if they want to support him or not. We don't owe you celebrities absolutely nothing. Like, we don't owe y'all nothing. Like, once you do something, we don't have to support you. Like, that's what it is. Like, we don't have to support you from the beginning. Like, we choose to because of the talents. But if we're going to go off of talent overshadowing all these other things, like, girl, we might as well get Homeboy to make some more beats at this point and make some more, you know, Step in the Name of Loves. Like, you see how that goes? Like, it doesn't matter how talented he is. Like, he's done something wrong. Like, he's been called out for that. And the people in his community need to hold him accountable and do that. And I don't believe that Iyanla Vanzant is in community with him. I don't believe that. I don't even believe that Megan Good is in community with him past the 40 hours she put in a week with being around him. Like, I just don't see it. I don't see it. And the way this man walked up to it and just laid and just, girl, I could have threw up. Like, I could have threw up because the way, there's memes of Iyanla being mean to women. Does that sound like something you want?
Yes.
Well, let me tell you, you'll never get it.
There are many memes and videos, reaction videos of Iyanla being very ugly and nasty to black women on that show. Like, the way she would talk to black women, you didn't see that same energy when it came to black men. Like, you just didn't see that. And you know what? We really need to be having a conversation, because I'm gonna go there. Some folks gonna be mad about, like, this generation of women's, no shade, that do this type of stuff, like the R. Kelly apologists, like the women, unfortunately, who from certain generations have a history of supporting somebody who has done wrong. And I'm not saying what generation, but there was a lot of black women standing outside of the courthouses and stuff and defending R. Kelly. And I'm not saying that these black women speak for all black women, because I know a lot who are just like chop, period. But this generation, and Iyanla is from that generation, and some other folks, like, it's bad, like how they do not want to believe that a black man has done any wrong, and do not hold that same energy for black women. Like, if a black woman like came out and said something about her experiencing like harm or something, oh, she wants money, like she trying to get a what's name up, she trying to da da da, all these things. Then if it's a man, it's like, oh, you know, she lying on him. It's just like the thing that is always consistent is protecting a man. Like consistently. And you know what? I'm hoping, and I'm seeing a lot of black women break that cycle. I'm seeing a lot of black women break that cycle. But some of our elders, oh girl, they refuse. They refuse. That's why I brought up Nana, Medea, not all of them, because some of them were reinforcing these things. And I'm not surprised that she allowed herself to be used as a tool for this. I'm not surprised. Like she felt like this is her calling, like this is what she's supposed to do. And talking about something because God is forgiving. I'm like questioning like, what conversations like what landline phone are y'all on with God that y'all are able to speak to what they know? I'm so confused and I want to know why. What's going on? If y'all on the phone talking and y'all know these things, can y'all get God to talk about the inflation and these corporate? Can we get y'all to talk to God and figure out what the hell going on with capitalism at the very least? We can talk about anti-blackness. We can get to there because I know that he don't have a lot of time, but can we talk about some other stuff? Because we being crushed. Like if God so worried about Johnathon Majors and protecting him because he's talented, girl, like you got better stuff to be doing, sister. Like we got a long laundry list of things you can be working on. And I like, girl, the fact that y'all like, girl, I cannot, and I will not. Like, oh, this idea that they're really good friends, I just don't believe. I just don't believe. Like I just don't believe. But you know, this situation with Johnathon Majors happened in December of 2023. Like he was found guilty of assaulting his ex-girlfriend. And you know, this was not even a year ago, and they already like, oh, it was 2 years ago. It's already in the past. Like this black man was destined for greatness, and y'all took that away from him. All the other stuff. It really honestly boils down to it doesn't matter if the situation happened or if the alleged victim lied or whatever. What happens is y'all gonna protect him either way. And it's disgusting. Like, again, Iyanla has a history of doing these things, and it doesn't seem like it's going to stop anytime soon.